Hey, Jenny.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
How are you, Chef?
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Buongiorno. I'm Italian, so.
Buongiorno. Che oggi molto labora. I don't know what that meant. It sounded cool.
That's okay. It sounded good, though.
Lots of work. I think molto labora means lots of work.
Oh,
I know molto fame. That means I'm hungry.
yes. Yes.
So what's the good word? Talk to me, Jenny.
All right. Do you mind if I record the intro that they've provided for me?
Of course.
Okay, wonderful. So we'll kick things off. I'll do the intro, and then we'll go into the questions.
Sure.
Wonderful. Thank you. So as children are preparing to go back to school, healthy eating habits and a new fall schedule are top of mind for families. Food and family are always at the forefront of Chef Sanchez's thinking. The Mexican-American superstar skill has taken him around the world, but his thoughts are never far from home. I am pleased to have chef and family man Aron Sanchez joining me this morning from New York with flavorful examples of how busy families can work together with easy-to-make meals that rely on plentiful produce that is in season. Good morning, Chef.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Jenny.
Thank you for joining me this morning. This is quite the treat to have my morning coffee speaking with Aron Sanchez, so that's fantastic.
No, the treat is mine. You have to say, fables and focaccia. I'm digging that all the way.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, it's this exciting time. You know, the kids are going back to school. There's somebody else's problem for a good portion of the day. I get to work and start thinking about great recipes for them. And it's a really great time to introduce new dishes and also habits to them. I always take it upon myself to really think about, all right, are they eating healthy? Is it a new dish? Is it seasonal? Like, what are we doing here?
Makes total sense. And I know I for one, as the mom of twin daughters, I'm always looking for ideas to pack into their school lunches. Mm-hmm. So it's always great to get some inspiration, especially from a world-class chef like yourself.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just like right now, and twins are awesome. I'm a twin, actually. I don't know if you knew that, but I am.
No.
So, yeah, totally. And the idea of cooking new dishes and being inspired by something healthy. Like right now, I'm crazy about these grapes from California. They're available May through January, extremely versatile, healthy, tons of antioxidants, sweet, tart, many different things going on. And that, for me right now, is what I'm putting in their lunch boxes, what I'm cooking for them when they come home on the weekends. It's just, it's really inspiring.
That's fantastic. So that kind of goes into my first question, that with using an ingredient like grapes that children seem to naturally love and gravitate towards, do you find that helps to address issues with picky eaters?
Absolutely. Because look, everyone thinks because I'm a chef, my kids eat like foie gras and then lobster. That doesn't work like that. They like, the stuff that their friends are eating, and some of that stuff is not healthy. So it's really about breaking habits, and the grapes already is something familiar. So when you introduce other proteins or other flavors along with the grapes, it really is an easier sell, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So would you recommend that as sort of the number one tip for creating new or healthy eating habits for children, is to introduce ingredients that are familiar to them, like the grape?
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I mean, if you have a recipe that has tomatoes, and the kids might not dig that, you can substitute tomatoes for grapes. They kind of have the same purpose, high water content. You can cook them, you can serve them fresh, etc. And that's sometimes what I've done to introduce the grapes into their diet. And I totally recommend that.
That's awesome. Now, I know you're also quite passionate about cooking with family members whenever possible. So would you say that also helps when it comes to creating those healthy eating habits?
Yes, absolutely. The rule is at our house, the phones go away, the iPads go away. We sit down, we share stories, and I'm trying to bring them up the way I grew up. Like, I couldn't leave the table till my dad finished eating. So I'm trying to do all that old school tradition and do it through food. And that, is very centered to me.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's always wonderful when you can pass on those traditions to your children, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I got some cool recipes here if I can share them with you, Miss Jenny.
Absolutely. Would love to hear a little bit more.
Yeah, I have right here, when you come to my house or you come to one of the restaurants, for me it's really about introducing something at the beginning of the meal that's acidic, that has some heat, that opens up your palate, gets you excited about what's to come. So in this case, I love ceviches. That's one of my things. So I have some scallops that I've marinated in lime juice, a little bit of soy and chili. Put that over a bed of some cooling avocado puree. I have some shaved fennel, pickled onion, and some red grapes. And the red grapes for me have that sweetness that counteracts the heat, which I love. And then right next to that, I have a steamed red snapper fillet. So again, sticking with that healthy trend, no frying, just rubbed with a little spice rub from the Yucatan. And then I've garnished that with a little relish or escabeche. I've marinated green grapes with a little bit of onion and chili. And the idea there is that the green grapes have a little bit more tartness, but also this sweetness as well. And then next to that, I have some boneless, skinless chicken thighs that have been marinated in my spice blend. I've glazed them with chipotle and a puree of the black grapes, which have that meatiness, that tannin from the skins that I think is just really lovely. So this dish right here, off the grill, healthy, loaded with flavor, not sacrificing, flavor for calorie kind of thing. Really awesome.
That sounds incredible. I'm going to definitely have to test a few of those out in my kitchen with my children for sure.
Please do so.
Yeah, so I noticed that you mentioned with a lot of those recipes, there's an element of heat or spice. Now, what would you suggest to parents who haven't introduced spicy elements to their children before? How young do you think kids should get started on some heat in their flavor profile?
Well, that's a good question. I think it's never too early, to be honest. I've seen kids as young as 4 loading up, hot sauce. It's really about slowly. So I think putting a little hot sauce in perhaps a ketchup. So instead of maybe the regular ketchup for their hot dog or their hamburger, put in a little chipotle puree in the ketchup and get that smokiness in there and add it incrementally. And then that will start to introduce them to that flavor, and they'll start asking for it. That's what I've done.
That's a great idea. I'm definitely going to try that. I mean, I've been trying as well to expose the kids to some spice. I'm Southern Italian, so we like our heat as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Even like chili flakes, on top of the pizza, even as simple as that. I think that can also do it. And then, you combine that with the grapes, which are sweet, and that will somehow give them a little bit of a window into maybe trying something new, because the grapes are familiar. Every kid loves grapes. That's the way to do it.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. That sounds incredible. And I'll definitely be giving some of those a try.
Thank you.
So we're talking grapes today.
Mm-hmm.
And my question for you is, among all your tattoos, do you have any tattooed on you?
Don't know. That's a good question. No, I just have the grapes tattooed through my underwear. That one brand that has the grapes on them. So I have that, but yeah, not putting them on my body just yet. I try to stay away from food on my body, because what happens if I don't like that one day? But
that's true.
I have a lot of skulls and roses, because those never get out of style. But the tattoos are cool. The recipes are even cooler. I really encourage everybody at home to cook these recipes. They're easy. You can find all the ingredients at your local store. And then you can also find the recipes on grapesfromcalifornia.com, or all the kids nowadays with the social media. You can go on the hashtag, go with grapes, if you want to be cool, and do it up like that.
That is awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chef, for taking the time to speak to me this morning. And we look forward to testing out some of these recipes and hopefully seeing you in Toronto sometime soon.
I love Toronto. It's one of my favorite places. Jenny, thank you so much. Good luck with them little girls, all right?
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, Chef.
You too.